Good evening and welcome everyone to your 2035 Perfect League coverage. Hope you guys are doing well this Sunday evening. We've got a great World Series for you. For anyone joining for the first time, the purpose of this stream is to cap off a week that was in Perfect Team. As you all likely know by now, Perfect Team is one gigantic ladder structure. It has a litany of levels to it. We can show that here in just a second. But at the very top, there is one top league, and that league is called Perfect League. It is abbreviated as PEL. And what this stream does is it shows you in the tip-top most league who is coming out as the ultimate champion of the week. The ultimate bragging rights holder for the coming 7 days. And tonight we've got a great one for you. Let's jump in and take a look. So tonight we've got the Chad Golden Rumps going up against the Twitter Trolls. Games will be starting in 17 minutes from now. So between now and then, my goal is to prepare you guys for the games, to help you understand what made these teams tick, what got these teams to this point, where their strengths are, where their weaknesses are, and then to show the games themselves. We want to watch the various bumps in the road, the high highs, the low lows, the critical errors, the walk-off homers. And boy, let me tell you, we've been doing this now for 5 weeks. 5 Perfect League World Series are behind us. This is number 6. And we have been spoiled. We have been absolutely spoiled so far with incredible World Series, with incredible drama, and I have to assume that we'll get some more of that tonight with the Trolls and the Rumps going toe-to-toe here for you. How are you guys doing in the chat? I see Chess Safari there. What's going on, Chess? Minerva, Romana Day, Fire Red, Caprine Assassin, Gorgo, CF Genesis. What's going on, people? Hope you guys are having a great weekend. There's Dish. Hope you guys are having fun. Hope you guys did something fun with the family this weekend. And we can sit back, relax, and enjoy capping it off with some high drama, high intensity, Perfect League, high level play. And we've got some really good and interesting matchups to look at here, interesting builds. You know, one of the things that's been emerging in Perfect League is a leaning towards lefty cheese teams, and wouldn't you know it, both teams tonight are of the lefty cheese variety. Yeah, so DishNet, for the record, sharing there won't be a stream after this, so you need to get all your pack drops here with me. All right, let's jump in. Let's start with Chad. The Chad Golden Rumps. Managed by Jake P316, we'll start with some high-level statistics. So first we start with runs scored. He just missed out on the 800 runs scored threshold, ended up 3rd in the conference, a very strong mark. And then we contrast that versus the run prevention. And in the realm of run prevention, no one did it better in the NC than the Chad Golden Rumps. 619 runs allowed over the course of the season, good enough for 1st in the conference. We compare the runs scored to runs allowed, and we are right there around 180 positive run differential, which is absolutely elite. Absolutely a mark one can aspire to. Now, defensively, this isn't the best defensive team in the world. A good week for sure. Defensive efficiency just under 0.7. Zone rating at plus 22. Good enough to be above average in both marks, but neither mark really standing out as an elite performance. Park factors obviously play a role in this as well. From a home road split perspective, the Golden Rumps were absolutely untouchable at home. 56-25. Good for a 691 win percentage and a lot of stuffing the win column at the home park. Now, on the road, they weren't bad at all. Able to go 7 games over 500, 44-37 on the campaign. Good for a 543 win percentage. You can see that he was excelling in a couple areas that can be a bit coin flippy. Extra inning games, 10-3. 1-run games, 27-17. So able to find the magic this week for sure. From a calendar perspective, we had a pretty lukewarm April at 10-9, jumping into May, which was very solid at 17-11, and then a totally nuclear June, 21-6 in June, which was putting the Rumps on a pace to head right back to the playoffs. July, solid, 17-10, and then a couple of lukewarm months on the way out, August and September, led up to an October, which was totally scorching hot as well. You can see the October lead-up was a 7-game win streak. 7 home games, 7 wins. 2 of those in extra innings, and 1 of those by a score of 22-5. Now let's talk about the ballpark. So the Golden Rumps play in a lefty cheese ballpark. If you're new to the stream, new to the game, you might wonder, what is lefty cheese? What is the cheese? How does the fromage come into play? Well, what that means, and when people use that lexicon, it's an indication that a ballpark favors one-handedness over another. And in this case, it's favoring left-handed batters. So as you look at the park factors that are on the left side of the screen, we're not talking about wall distances and wall heights. We are talking about park factors themselves, as those are the only things that matter towards the observed performance within the game. For example, the lefty batting average is at a 1.1 factor. So you can, in shorthand, think about that as a 1.1x multiplier. And then the right-handed average is modified to 0.9. So if you boost one 10%, you nerf the other 10%, you're going to have a pretty big chasm between the two. And we see that effect not only in batting average, but we also see that down in home runs. Lefties 1.1, righties 0.9. Now, doubles and triples do not break out by handedness. So you can't affect doubles and triples differently for lefties as you do to righties. And so you just have to decide how many extra base hits that are not over the fence you want to have in your park. And what Jake P316 has decided here is 1.2 on the doubles. So going up 20 points, 20 percentage points on doubles. So more doubles than normal. And triples, keeping that right at 1.0. Minerva pointing out that the weather here in Chad is extremely warm and static. Never rains, and it's always 120 degrees. And the average wind is always blowing 40 miles an hour out to center field. So a difficult ballpark to pitch in for sure. Maybe even more difficult to catch in. Can you imagine squatting down for 9 innings in 120 degree heat? No rain to cool you off? All right, let's get to the build. We're seeing some things in this build that we've never seen before in the Perfect League World Series. And the first which is the leadoff hitter, Cupid Childs. A tourney special edition card. Cupid Childs bats versus right-hand pitching, and you see his profile here. That versus right profile is so blue in all the right places. Contact, I, avoid K, and you get the low power to have an effectively high BABIP. This is a unique card and one used to maximum effect this week. Look at this stat line. In 79 games started, Cupid Childs had a 134 OPS plus, logged 2.4 WAR, on the way to a 386 on base percentage. And so what does that mean? That means that Cupid is at second base, which, wait a minute, Jackie Robinson plays second base for every team. Well, Jackie is not starting at second base for this team. Jackie is splitting time. He's a backup at short. He's a backup at second. He's playing versus left-hand pitching. And this is the first team that we've seen in the Perfect League World Series where Jackie is effectively a backup. Now, Jackie's still got 460 plate appearances, so he's by no means staying on the sidelines all season long, but he is not a locked-in 600 plate appearance guy on this team. We've also got the new Arky. So Arky Vaughn dropped on Thursday as a special edition card, and for the Chad Golden Rumps, he went right into the lineup. Now, Chad didn't hit. Chad's going to hit better than this for most teams. Arky didn't hit for Chad. But Arky actually played pretty good defense. So Arky was positive ZR. I don't know that he'll always be positive ZR, especially when compared to the Simmons and the Bancrofts of the world. But for the Chad Golden Rumps, Arky Vaughn was just fine in the field, despite the fact he didn't hit. We've got Wade Boggs at DH. We've got Wander Franco at third. We've got a catching tandem of Bill Dickey and then the new card, Del Crandall. So Del gets into 27 games for the Rumps. Really struggles with the bat, but he's not there for his bat. He's there for the glove. And he threw out would-be base stealers at a very high clip of 46%. He also had a catcher ERA of 3.2. So we're seeing some new cards get some usage at the very highest level with the Del Crandall and Arky Vaughn here tonight. Matching with Crandall's Bill Dickey behind the plate, one of the more whaley cards there. We've got Willie Keeler, kind of our whaley option in right field. Keeler, one of my favorite cards. We see that he is about a league average bat or better, but he makes his value for your team with his outfield defense and then with his base running prowess. Only 30 stolen bases here for the Rumps. I've seen him have a lot bigger seasons. So this is your classic lefty build here. You got lefties everywhere you'd expect to see them. You've got Jackie not even in the starting lineup. Let's go on over to the pitching, and this is where we see the continuing trend of the lefty build. So this is your uber whale lefty rotation. You've got Royce and Hahn right at the top, Kershaw, brand new Kershaw, and then Tom Glavine as your starters. And you see those starters were locked in. In the bullpen, you have nothing but righties, and you have Cy Young, a staple in everyone else's rotation, as the closer. Wainwright as the stopper. Luke 1111 sharing that T-Chuck's Hoagie Mouths are heading to perfect from DLL. Congrats to T-Chuck. All right, let's talk about the path now. How did the Chad Golden Rumps get to this point? Well, they had a 3-0 series sweep in the first round against the Railcats. Second round was a bit tougher of a trek. The Yakima Yaks pushed them to 7, able to come out victorious. And then, boy, did they ever have a fight on their hands in the CS. The championship series versus the Pigeontown Pigeons. They found themselves down 3-2 and had a comeback victory in Game 6. And then a comeback victory in Game 7 to find themselves here. I'll share with you the win expectancy chart in that Game 7. It included a late game, bottom of the 8th inning rally to tie it, to push that game into extras, and then a Tim Raines walk-off single versus Mackenzie Gore to win it in the 10th. So these Chad Golden Rumps are definitely battle-tested. 2 consecutive 7-game series, and now they walk in against the Twitter trolls. Now, in looking at the history for Jake P., this is their second week in Perfect League, their second chance in the Perfect League playoffs, and they are certainly seeking their first ever Perfect League championship. Now, let's check out their opponent. Who are the Rumps going to be playing tonight? Well, it's going to be none other than the Twitter trolls. We'll follow the same path that we did for the Chad Golden Rumps. We start off with runs scored, and this is not a team that blows you out. Not by any stretch. So we saw the Rumps around 800 runs scored. Well, this team didn't crack 700. This team's at 673. Good for 13th in the conference. So a below average run scoring team. However, on defense is where they make their hay. 654 runs allowed, third in the conference there. And then defensively is where this team really pops off the page. 0.7 of 6 on the defensive efficiency, plus 18.7 on the zone rating, good for second and third respectively in the conference. So a team that is doing it with pitching and defense. Number 1 starters ERA in the league. From a home road split perspective, 629 at home, so 51-30. Similar to the Rumps, they play their best baseball at home, as most teams do. But they are not as dominant at home and not as dominant on the road either. So 51-30 at home, 41-40 on the road, above water in both, but not necessarily elite in either one. From a calendar perspective, it was a good April, a great May, an incredible June, and then a couple of bumps here. July and August both underwater. Put the two together, it was 21 and 32, so an extended stretch of tough play before the Trolls were able to right the ship in September, October, and find themselves back in the playoffs. Let's check out the ballpark. So similar to the Rumps, this is a lefty cheese park. The average is maxed for lefties. The average is min for righties. The home run is maxed for lefties. The home runs are min for righties. But the big difference is in those gaps, those doubles and triples. Whereas the Golden Rumps are at 1.2 on the doubles and 1 on the triples, the Twitter Trolls are at 0.625 on both. The net effect of that is going to be a lower run scoring environment. Those hits are more often than not going to be singles, and those base runners will not be moved as effectively. You're going to need to have more stolen bases, more base running runs, because you're going to need to be going from first to third, from second to home, playing a little bit more small ball here at the Troll Grounds. Let's check the team build. So whereas the Chad Golden Rumps kind of have the whale lefty build, the Twitter Trolls are a little short of that in terms of their card base. They do have some interesting decisions, though. So we do have Willie Keeler in right, which I think is a critical card for the lefty build right now. Love seeing that out there. They do, though, have some interesting choices here. So George Sizzler at first base. Not the first time we've seen him, but we don't see a ton of Sizzler. Sizzler is a high BABIP, good base running option that you can put out there at first base. And he had a pretty good season here. So league average bat, but stole 50 bases. We've got new Arky Vaughn. Now this Arky Vaughn did not hit either. We saw that the Chad Golden Rumps didn't hit. This one didn't hit. But from a defense perspective, this one played well. 4.9 positive ZR in just 25 starts. Jackie Robinson in the starting lineup for this team. Their catcher combo is Del Crandall, the new card, and then Tim McCarver versus Wright. So given that there's so many lefty starting pitching options for the Rumps, it's possible that we'll see a lot of Del Crandall in this series here tonight. Now, you see a lot of names here. You see a lot of position players. And so really where you notice that most is when you pop on over to the staff. There are only 10 pitchers on the Twitter Trolls team. 4 starters, 6 relievers. That'll be something that we follow as this series goes. Do the Twitter Trolls find themselves running on E from a bullpen perspective, or are they able to manage it just fine? From a rotation perspective, we have Kershaw and Glavine, similar to the Rumps, but instead of Royce and instead of Noodles Hahn, they've got Mackenzie Gore and Cy Young. Similar to the Rumps, they've got an all right-handed bullpen. Let's check out the path. So how did the Twitter Trolls get to this point? They take out the Cambridge Kings in 4 games by a score of 3-1. Then in the second round, they take out the Newark White Sox 4-2. And then they are pushed to 7 games in the championship series versus D. Boyer, winning Game 7 in a game that looked like this. A game that they really took control of in the 3rd inning, added on in the 6th, and then were able to protect it the rest of the way. Now let's talk history. Twitter Trolls, 2nd week in Perfect League. They've added to their win total 8 wins week over week. Did so by being better at run prevention, although they scored even less. 2nd playoffs, 1st chance to win a Perfect League title. So these are your teams, guys. I'm going to throw the straw poll into the chat. Who do you think's going to win? Is it the Chad Golden Rumps? Is it the Twitter Trolls? While you guys are deciding on that, I will go ahead and load up our Game 1 sim. Chad Golden Rumps, elite run scoring, elite run prevention. Whale build lefty cheese versus the Twitter trolls, pitching and defense. Game 1 sim is in. Let's check out what we got, but before we start, let's see how the poll's coming in. Let's see what our results look like here. All right, so we have got 76% of votes going towards the Chad Golden Rumps, 24% of the votes going to the Twitter trolls. So unlike last week when we ended the poll at 52-48, this week we have a clear community favorite. The community really thinks that the Rumps and their team abbreviated BUTT in our score sheet here, that they are heavily favored to win here. Now 75-25 after a couple more votes trickle in. Meme Lord's got me in 4. Love it. Underdogs in 7 says Random Rob. Rumps in 4 says Romana Day. 2 Pink says Luke 1111, and I'm inclined to agree. This is the pinkest that this screen has ever been on a Perfect League World Series call. Look at this. All right, let's get things started. So game 1 is Clayton Kershaw. This is likely not who the Golden Rumps wanted to start with, but given that they had to run 7 in the last 2 series, beggars can't be choosers, and you have to go with who is available. So Kershaw gets the game 1 nod. He'll face a lineup that is going to be all but one hitter batting right-handed. So a ton of switch hitters in here. So Raines, Rose, Caminiti will all be batting lefty when the first bullpen guy comes in, because remember, the Rumps have an all-righty bullpen. And so this is going to be important because of how this ballpark plays for lefty cheese. But for Clayton Kershaw, it's going to be 8 righties and 1 lefty. Let's get this series and this game underway. 2035 Perfect League World Series. Here we go. 1-2 count on Tim Raines. Kershaw winds and delivers. Little dinker out in front of the plate. Dickey fields it, throws on over to first. 1 up, 1 down, and the 2035 Perfect League World Series is underway. We go top 2, Twitter trolls with another highlight here. We've got Willie Keeler aboard on second base, and then Bobby Grich at the plate. 1-2 count on him. Kershaw winds and delivers, and that ball's looped into left field. Going to be a tough play. That ball's down in front of Raines. Raines will throw home. Sliding in safely is Willie Keeler, and the Twitter trolls have struck first in this one. It is now 1-0 lead on the RBI single from Bobby Grich. Top 4, another highlight for the Twitter trolls as Harry Heilman steps in against Clayton Kershaw. 0-1 count on Heilman. Kershaw winds and delivers, and that ball's hit well. Deep to right field, back is Keeler. He looks up, and that ball's out of here. A solo shot, Oppo Taco with the guac on it from Harry Heilman. Make it 2-0. The underdog trolls coming in with a strong punch to the Golden Rumps, 2-0. We go top 9. Hope you guys didn't get whiplash from that 7-inning fast forward. But we go top 9. For the Rumps, out of this game is Clayton Kershaw. Into this game is Adam Wainwright. And Wainwright pitches here with 1 away to Ken Caminiti. An interesting matchup here. We don't see a ton of Caminiti, so let's use our matchup analyzer so we can know what to expect here. So take a look at the bottom right corner of your screen. This is where we use 3 trailing weeks of Perfect League data to show us what the observed performance is for this exact matchup. So I've got Adam Wainwright in there. I'm going to put Ken Caminiti in there next. And so we look at this from the exact split. So we're looking at Ken Caminiti versus right-hand pitching. We're looking at Adam Wainwright versus left-handed batting. And this is what you see here. So Caminiti versus right-handed pitching, not great. He's a below league average bat, and the way that we know that is this negative 8.6 bat R figure. down here. Bat R is effectively a shorthand to know how productive above or below league average a hitter is. So here, Caminiti at negative 8.6, where league average is 0, tells you he's below league average. Whereas Wainwright has some pretty good numbers versus left, so we'll go ahead and give the advantage here to the pitcher. Wainwright winds and delivers. Little looper left field, playing it very passively as Tim Raines. That ball will drop in front of him. It's a 1-out single for Caminiti. Nothing doing there. We go bottom 9. So the Chad Golden Rumps, despite being a team that scored a bucket of runs this year, third in run scoring in the conference, are sitting here in the bottom of the 9th, 8 innings into this game, and have only 2 hits to show for it. Now here in this bottom of the 9th inning, they will send up their 9-hitter, which is Willie Keeler, probably the best 9-hitter you're going to see in Perfect League, and then flip the lineup on over to Childs, Rose, and then Arky Vaughn. If any one of them reaches, Wade Boggs will bat. This is a tough matchup here for Cy Young. Let's get this started. Cy Young facing Willie Keeler, the wind and the pitch. Keeler loops it right field. That ball's down. A leadoff single, Willie Keeler. And just like that, the tying run will come to the plate, and it will do so in the form of Cupid Childs. Cupid Childs at the plate, 1-0 count on him. Fans on their feet trying to root the Rumps back. The pitch. That ball's crushed into the left center field gap. Keeler is off to the races. Childs on his way to second. Keeler will stop at third. Now 2 on and nobody out here in Chad. Pete Rose now bats. He's got an opportunity to tie it with a single, win it with a homer. Cy Young of the Twitter Trolls just looking for outs here. The infield will play back. They will concede the run with Keeler in exchange for the out of Rose. Let's see what happens here. The pitch. Fly ball center field. Flood shifts over, makes the grab. Tagging is both runners, and they'll both make it safely. Cupid Childs on over to third. Willie Keeler in to score. It is now a 2-1 ball game. There's one away for Arky Vaughn. Into this game comes Bill Campbell, the closer for the Twitter Trolls. So let's put in the magic matchup analyzer here. Arky Vaughn versus right. Let's put in Bill Campbell versus left. We see that Arky Vaughn with a very positive Bat R score versus right-hand pitching, 11.52, fueled by a very high on-base percentage. A good matchup here for the Chad Golden Rumps. The Twitter Trolls infield forced to play in, and they are doing so in a shifted capacity. 3 defenders to the right of second base as Andrelton Simmons shifting to his left. Let's see if Arky Vaughn comes in here. Bill Campbell comes set, delivers, fly ball left field. Tim Raines ranging to his left, he makes the catch, the throw to the plate. Childs is going to try to score the toes, not in time. We have a brand new ball game. Arky Vaughn, sac fly, ties it up. And the Golden Rumps have evened the score after trailing for 8 consecutive innings. We've got a brand new ball game. Wade Boggs will now bat with no pressure and nobody on. 2 outs. Wind and the pitch. Fly ball left field. Ranging over his Raines. Playable. Makes the grab, and that'll do it for the inning. But not before the Chad Golden Rumps put the cork in the champagne for the Twitter Trolls, who thought they were waltzing into a Game 1 victory as the underdog on the road. And the Trolls are going to have to earn it in extras. Top 10. Up next on the highlight machine is Willie Keeler of the Twitter Trolls. He'll be facing Adam Wainwright. who is the stopper for the Chad Golden Rumps. 2-1 advantage on the count. A little dinker out in front of the plate. Tough play. Dickey fields it, fires, one up and one down. Still top 10. Bobby Grich does nothing. And then Wander Franco comes up to bat. He'll face Wainwright. Wind and the pitch. Fly ball center. Ranging over is Charleston. Should be easy. He grabs it. That's 3 up, 3 down for the Rumps. We now go to the bottom of the 10th. Still tied at 2. Leading off this bottom of the 10th for the Chad Golden Rumps against the Twitter Trolls Bill Campbell will be Oscar Charleston. Now, the thing I love about Oscar Charleston is he's got a flair for the dramatic. He's got that type of profile that you love to see late in games when one swing of the bat is all you need to turn the tide. 749 on the OPS plus. Sneeze delay for the broadcaster. Oscar Charleston, he's the guy you want up in this spot. 439 slug. One of the better bets to go ahead and win this with one swing of the bat. Let's see if he's up to that task here tonight. 2-2 count on him. Campbell winds and delivers that ball belted. Deep left field. Raines gives track and it's gone. Oscar Charleston, touch a ball. Game 1 hero. Fireworks in Chad. No butts in seats right now. That's for sure here for the Rumps. What a game for the Chad Golden Rumps. A game that they were barely even participating in for the majority of the outing. They had 2 hits through 8 innings, 0 runs. And just like that, 2 sacrifice flies in the bottom of the 9th, and then a walk-off homer in the bottom of the 10th by Oscar Charleston, and they got themselves a 1-0 series advantage. Fireworks in Chad. Look at the win expectancy chart. Not what you want to see if you're a Twitter troll fan. A tough pill to swallow. Cy Young was dominant for you, but just couldn't close the door in the 9th. You handed it over to Bill Campbell. He yields the sacrifice fly. And then into the 10th he goes. And first batter he faces then puts it into the seats and ends it. But a big game 1 for the Chad Golden Rumps. Let's go to game 2. No sense in waiting. So the Rumps protect home field through game 1. They now will look to press their advantage and protect it in game 2. Now the Twitter Trolls likely to send a lefty to the mound. We'll see if they can't earn the split before they head back home. Sim is in. Sim is in. Let's get to work here. So starting for the Chad Golden Rumps will be Jerry Royce. And he'll face the same lineup that Kershaw faced the day before. He gets started here in the first. Raines, the leadoff hitter here for the Trolls, and he's worked himself a leadoff walk. Rose and Caminiti to follow. Nothing else doing in the top of the first. We now go bottom 1, and the Chad Golden Rumps have a golden scoring opportunity. They are facing the Twitter Trolls, Clayton Kershaw here. They've got Rose on third, Boggs on first, and 1 away for Oscar Charleston. Kershaw comes set, the wind and deliver. Fly ball center field, could be a sac fly opportunity. Flood ranges over. He'll make the grab. Throw comes to the plate. Rose is going to try to score. Not in time. It's 1-0 Chad Golden Rumps. They strike first in here in game number 2. 3 out of their 4 runs so far in the series have come via the sacrifice fly. We go top 4. Twitter trolls back on the highlight machine. They've got Tim Raines aboard as the leadoff hitter, and Pete Rose now batting. Even in the count, 2-2 the pitch. Little blooper, right field. That ball's going to get down in front of Keeler. Around second, trying to go to third is Raines. He'll make it without a throw. And the Twitter trolls are setting up shop here in the 4th inning. Ken Caminiti, the next hitter. He sees a wildly shifted infield that he'll be hitting into. 3 defenders to the left of second base, playing deep as well. The entire right side of the infield open as Rose is holding Rose at first base. Let's see what Caminiti does here. Wind and the pitch. Fly ball left field, not deep. Raines will make the grab. Raines is going to try to score. There's going to be a play at the plate. The throw, not in time. And we are now tied up here in Chad. 1-1 after the sacrifice fly off the bat of Ken Caminiti. The inning continues here in the bottom of the 4th, where the Chad Golden Rumps have a chance to take the lead right back. They've got Tim Raines aboard at second base, Wander Franco at the plate, 1 out. Still facing the starting pitcher, Clayton Kershaw, the pitch. Little blooper right field, that ball could get down and will. Keeler fields it, he's throwing home, trying to score is Raines. He's in there around the tag. Crandall unable to get the tag on him in time, and it is now 2-1. Chad Golden Rumps in game 2. Still bottom 4. We've now got Bill Dickey at the plate, Wander Franco at second, 2 outs. Kershaw winds and delivers. Fly ball left field, well hit. Going back is Raines. Back. That ball's out of here. Bill Dickey wraps it around the foul pole. A 2-run shot here in the 4th. And the Rumps fans loving it. Fireworks in Chad. We go top 5, and the Twitter trolls have some work to do. They are being out-hit 8-3. They're being outscored 4-1. But they've got new card Del Crandall at the plate. Bobby Grich aboard, 2 away. Still facing Jerry Royce. Royce comes set and delivers. That ball's hit well. Crushed to center field. Charleston will watch it fly. Ding dong, that pitch is dead. Del Crandall sends it out to center field. 462 happy feet for the Twitter trolls and their fans, making this game a lot more interesting. New score, 4-3 Chad Rumps. Top 6 now, trolls still fighting back from behind. They'll lead off this inning with Pete Rose. Chad Golden Rumps showing faith in Jerry Royce as he stays in this game. Royce winds and delivers, and Rose laces a single to left. Raines will retrieve it, throw it in. That's a leadoff single, though, for Pete Rose, which is going to lead into Caminiti, Heilman, and Flood. Caminiti down on the count, 0-1. We see the Rumps employing their exaggerated shift for Caminiti yet again here today. Wind and the pitch. That ball's crushed down the left field line. Rose is off to the races because of the shift. Very long run for Raines. Chases it down. Rose will hold at third. That's a double for Ken Caminiti. And setting up second and third, nobody out for the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Twitter trolls. They're not only thinking about tying it, they are thinking about taking the lead. And look at the aggressiveness on the defense of the Chad Golden Rumps. So we have the infield drawn in here. They are playing for the out at home, represented by Pete Rose and Harry Heilman at the plate. Let's get the matchup analyzer involved here at this juncture. Harry Heilman 100 versus left-handed pitching, and Jerry Royce versus right. Royce's ERA versus right is incredible, and I think it has a lot to say about the parks with which he's typically facing right-handed batters. 3.28 ERA, but Harry Heilman, one of the best cards in this game versus left-hand pitching. This is a rock and a hard place moment here in this game. The pitch to Heilman. Line drive, base hit to left. Scoring is Rose. Scoring is Caminiti. Heilman heading for extras. He gets to second. He'll stop there. An RBI double not only catches the Trolls up, but gives them a 5-4 advantage here in the top of the sixth. Still top six. The Trolls still in business. Jackie Robinson aboard at second. Willie Keeler aboard at first. They have chased starter Jerry Royce, and now Johnny Cueto is in, here facing Bobby Grich. 1-0 count on Grich. Cueto comes set, the deliver. Grounded to second, could be two. To short, one to first, double play! The Chad Golden Rumps end what was a nightmare inning with a twin-killing 4-6-3 double play. Childs to Vaughn to Rose. And they will head to the bottom of the sixth, now trailing 5-4. Time for the Chad Golden Rumps on the highlight machine as Tim Raines gets the first crack at it. And the Twitter Trolls Clayton Kershaw, here bottom six. Wind and the pitch. Little blooper right field and down. A leadoff single for Tim Raines. That's going to lead into Archie Vaughn, Wander Franco, and Willie Keeler. Archie Vaughn the first up. It's not any Archie Vaughn, though. Look in the box score. This is an icy cold Archie Vaughn. Let's see if he can shake some of that snow off here. Kershaw winds and delivers. Fly ball left field. Raines ranging in. He'll make the grab. That's one out. Unable to advance on the play is the Rumps Raines. And now Wander Franco will bat. Wind and the pitch. Fly ball center. Ranging over is Charleston. He'll make the grab. Second out of the inning. Raines still glued to first base. Now let's see if Raines gets a little bit more active on the base paths here. He's been glued to first base. He's one of the best base stealers in this game. Harder to steal on Kershaw than it would be on a right-hand pitcher for sure. But with two outs in the inning and a singles hitter and Willie Keeler coming up, this would be a logical place to give him the green light. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but they don't end up scoring in the bottom of the sixth. We now go bottom seven, and there's two outs in the inning. Rose aboard, Boggs at the plate, Kershaw still on the hill. A bit of a long hook here for the Twitter Trolls. Kershaw's given up 10 hits and 4 runs, but still being trusted here with this one. Wind and the pitch. Fly ball left field. Ranging in, making the grab is Raines. That will end the seventh, end the threat for the Rumps. And for the second game in a row, the Twitter Trolls have a late game lead. We go bottom eight. Kershaw still in this game. What could his pitch count be at this point? He's gone 7 innings, given up 4 runs and 10 hits, and is still firing bullets. 3-1 count on Charleston. Wind and the pitch. Charleston crushes that one down the left field line for extras. It hits the sidewall, but it won't prevent Charleston from getting a lead-off double. Now let's see just how much patience the Twitter Trolls have with their Clayton Kershaw here, as there's now a runner in scoring position. Raines bats with full count. Fans on their feet, the pitch. Ball 4! First 2 runners aboard here in the 8th. Clayton Kershaw in a world of trouble. Archie Vaughn, Wander Franco, Willie Keeler do. And that's it. That's it for Clayton Kershaw. Into this game comes Mike Mussina, and he'll face an icy cold Archie Vaughn right out of the chute. We'll set up the matchup for you. Mike Musina versus left. You see the stats in the bottom right corner of your screen. We'll set that up versus Arky Vaughn versus right. The Chad Golden Rumps trying to pull the same trick they pulled in game 1 with a late game rally. 3-1 count on Vaughn. Fans on their feet. The pitch. Ball 4. They're loaded. They're loaded with nobody out. Due to the plate is Wander Franco, and this stadium's about to explode. The Twitter Trolls infield forced to be drawn in. They will be going for the play at the plate. A fast base runner in Oscar Charleston could make that more complicated. Opening up more room for Wander Franco to find some pasture. 0-2 count. The pitch. Fly ball left field. Ranging back his reins. He will make the catch. Throwing home. Charleston's going to try to score. And he will. Make it 5-5. The Chad Golden Rumps, or I should call them the Chad Sacrifice Flies, score another run via that modality. Make it 5-5, but they are not done by any stretch here in the 8th. Willie Keeler now bats in this tie game. The pitch. Blooper out in front of the plate. Out like a cat is Del Crandall. He'll make the grab. Second out of the inning. No runners advance here. So this rally now comes down to Bill Dickey, and he'll face Mike Musina. Let's set up the matchup analyzer. You see Bill Dickey is a great hitter versus right-hand pitching. 273, 338, 444 on the triple slash. Good for a 10-plus bat R versus right-hand pitching. Doing that in addition to being one of the best defensive catchers in this game is what makes him as valuable as he is. Can he come through for the Chad Golden Rumps here and give them a lead heading into the 9th inning? 1-0 count the pitch. Ground ball to first. Rose makes the play, takes it to the bag himself, and that will end the inning and end the threat, but not before the Chad Golden Rumps tie the game on a sacrifice fly. We now go to the 9th inning, all tied up at 5. Here in the 9th, first out of the chute for the Twitter Trolls is Oscar Charleston. Now the Chad Golden Rumps, they go to their closer, Cy Young. We remember in game 1, they went to Adam Wainwright, their stopper. Now in a very stopperish type situation, they go to their closer, trying to keep this score where it is so they can walk it off in the bottom half. Wind and the pitch to Charleston. Swing and a miss, strike 3, but it gets away. Dickey chases it down, grabs it, throw to first. Did he get him? He did! Incredibly close play at first base. Charleston just unable to beat that one out. Bill Dickey showing off his catcher defense on that one. Ball gets away, able to chase it down, complete the play at first base, and avoid that dangerous runner on first to lead off the inning. Still top 9, Arky Vaughn now up facing Cy Young. Wind and the pitch. Fly ball left field should be playable. Coming in is Raines. He makes the grab, and the Chad Golden Rumps, for the second game in a row, will have a chance to walk off this one late. They start the effort with Cupid Childs. He'll face Bill Campbell. He's ahead in the count 2-1. 385 OBP for Cupid Childs versus right-hand pitching. And that is what Chad is looking to tap into here. And he does. That's a base hit to left field. Cupid Childs goes opposite field. Bill Campbell tried to sneak a sinker on the outer half. Childs laced it where it was pitched. And now the Chad Golden Rumps have the winning run aboard. Pete Rose next up, 2-1 count on him. The pitch. Fly ball left field should be playable. Raines ranging in, makes the grab, and that's the first out. Now with one away, Wade Boggs. The pitch. The ball gets away. Crandall chases it down, will be unable to prevent Childs from advancing. A wild pitch for Bill Campbell. Breaks up the double play, puts a runner in scoring position, and has Chad Golden Rumps a single away from being up 2-0 in this series. Boggs now, full count, the pitch. Ball 4! 2 aboard, 1 away, and up comes the hero from game 1. Oscar Charleston, for anyone who missed it, hit a walk-off homer into the night in the bottom of the 10th inning of game 1. Now has a chance to walk it off in game 2. Fans on their feet, chanting for Charleston. 1-2 count, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Campbell able to blow the heater by Charleston up in the zone. Charleston unable to spoil the pitch, will head back to the dugout. Unable to play the role of hero in back-to-back games, at least as of yet. Now comes Tim Raines. He'll bat with the bases, or with 2 aboard. Full count, runners will get a head start on this one. Any old single should end this one. The pitch. Ball 4, Tim Raines walks. They are now loaded for icy Arky Vaughn. He's had 2 highlights already in this game, has not gotten a hit in either one of them. Will the third time be the charm? Can Arky walk off this game and shake off that snowflake? Fans on their feet, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bill Campbell able to blow it by Arky Vaughn as well. Campbell was fighting it from a command perspective all inning, but able to get the big pitch when he needs it. And now for the second time in 2 games, we are heading to extras here in this 2035 World Series. Top 10 Wander Franco time for the Twitter trolls. Wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cy Young leads off this 10th with a strikeout, and the Rumps fans love it. Tim Raines now. 2 out, nobody aboard. 2-2 count on him, the pitch. Strike 3 called. Cy Young of the Chad Golden Rumps goes 3 up, 3 down. And now the Rumps can do what they did in game 1. Walk off in the bottom of the 10th. Starting this bottom of the 10th is Wander Franco. He'll face Tim Hudson of the Twitter trolls. So Bill Campbell had to fight to get through that 9th inning. He now leaves the game. Into this game comes Tim Hudson, and leading off this inning is Wander Franco with a laced single up the middle. For the second time in 2 innings, the Rumps have the winning run aboard to start off the inning. Willie Keeler up next. Will he bunt here? Will we see a hit and run? Keeler, a great runner. Maybe you just swing away. The pitch. Line drive to first base. Takes the second one. He'll stop there. Advancing on the play is Wander Franco. He's now representing the winning run in scoring position. So Keeler effectively gets the outcome of a sacrifice bunt despite not laying one down. And now Bill Dickey and Cupid Childs will both have a chance to find some pasture in the outfield to walk this game off. Wander Franco, a good base runner, but I'd stop short of calling him a great one. Not the fastest one out there. Hudson to Dickey. The pitch. Blooper on the infield. Who's going to grab it? Caminiti shifts over. He gives way to the shortstop. He'll make the grab. That's 2 outs as Wander Franco puts the squeeze on it. Dickey unable to advance the runner. Now Cupid Childs, last chance in this inning. Chad Golden Rumps fans on their feet, rooting on their leadoff hitter to win this one for him. The pitch. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Coming in is Charleston. He fields it. The throw to the plate. They hold the runner. Wander Franco not sent from third on a single with 2 outs. Very conservative base running out of the Chad Golden Rumps third base coach. Will it cost them? They now need an additional hit. It just so happens that they have the best hitter in the game from which to get it. Pete Rose down on the count 0-2, but one of the best hitters in this game. Hudson comes set, delivers, swing, and a miss, strike 3. Pete Rose goes down swinging. Hudson able to dial it up to 97 on the gun on that strikeout. And stranded at third is Franco. Stranded at first is Cupid Childs. And we'll never know what would have happened had the third base coach waved Wander. As it is, though, we move to the 11th, still tied at 5. CF Genesis, in what world would a runner stop at third on a 2-out single? I don't know what world it is, but it's this world that we're watching right now. Fire the third base coach, says Romana Day. Top 11. Twitter trolls back on the highlight machine. They're given an extra life here. They're in the 11th when they very well maybe should be home down 0-2. Can they do anything with it? Pete Rose will lead off and try. Cy Young still on the hill. Rose loops it to left field and down. An opposite field single off the bat of Pete Rose, and the Trolls have an opportunity to strike here in the 11th. Caminiti next up, 2-2 count on him. The pitch. Little blooper on the infield. Dickey shifts over. He'll give way to Wander Franco. Makes the squeeze. That's the first out of the inning in foul territory. Jackie Robinson now up. 1-2 count on him. The pitch. Fly ball left field. Rains ranged over. Makes the grab. That's the second out of the inning. Still glued to first base is Pete Rose. Been unable to advance through the first two hitters after his single. Now Oscar Charleston at the plate. Now I don't have to stress to you just what Oscar Charleston means in late game situations. That slugging percentage profile makes him a nightmare and a scary hitter, especially in a ballpark like this that is elevating his power and elevating his average. Can he make Cy Young pay here tonight? We saw the Rumps, Oscar Charleston win game 1. Can the Twitter trolls, Oscar Charleston, be a heavy force in winning game 2? The pitch. Little dinker at home. Off the mound is Young. Fields it, throws to first, not in time. Infield single, Oscar Charleston. Bill Dickey very passive on that one. Yielded the play to Cy Young. Cy Young unable to get a lot of velocity on the throw, and as such, Charleston beats it out. And now batting will be Willie Keeler, a hitter tuned perfectly for this ballpark, with a chance to untie this game. 1-1 count on it. Cy Young comes set. The pitch. Fly ball. Deep second. Childs ranging. He'll make the grab. That will end the inning for the Trolls. They strand 2. Do not score, so we go bottom 11, still tied at 5. Bottom 11, we start off with Wade Boggs. Great hitter versus right-hand pitching, especially in this ballpark. And he crushes this one. Deep right field. Ranging over is Keeler. He makes the grab. Ballpark just able to hold on to this one. Boggs just missed a big one. Now 1 out for Oscar Charleston. A chance to make good. A chance to be the hero in back-to-back games. He's down on the count 1-2. But he's got thunder in his bat. Will we see it? Wind and the pitch. Line drive, base hit up the middle. Oscar Charleston aboard. Representing the winning run, and he's a speedy one. Tim Raines now bats. The pitch. Charleston stealing for second. The throw down. Out at second. Tim McCarver fires on down to Wander Franco. Tag applied. Out recorded. Oscar Charleston thrown out at second base. Now Raines bats with 2 out and nobody on. Hudson winds and delivers. That's ball 4. Let's see if they test the arm of Tim McCarver again. Tim Raines an even better base runner than Charleston, so if they like the matchup with Charleston, they should love it with Raines, especially with an icy cold Arky Vaughn coming up. 0-0 count. Hudson delivers. Raines tries to steal the throw down. Not in time. Tim Raines steals second base and is now a single away from walking off this game. Arky Vaughn, we've seen him 3 consecutive highlights where he's wearing that snowflake and he keeps failing to come through. Can he finally do it here in the 11th? 3-1 count. Hudson delivers. Ball 4! 2 on, 2 out, and the cross will be passed to Wander Franco. Can he come through here against Tim Hudson? Hudson delivers. Ground ball first base. Fielded by Pete Rose. He'll touch the bag himself. Franco laced that one. 100 plus miles per hour off the bat. But Rose right there in position in the no doubles defense. Able to get it on the short hop cleanly. Take it to the bag himself. Which means the Rumps will strand to, not score. And this game will continue into the night. We go to the 12th inning. Twitter Trolls 5, Chad Golden Rumps 5 as well. Starting off this 12th, we've got Tony Fernandez. He'll face Cy Young. The closer of the Chad Golden Rumps just stacking up the innings right now, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Cy Young able to blow the fastball by Fernandez on the inner half. And the Rumps start off this 12th inning in style. 2 outs now, Tim McCarver at the plate. Trolls in danger of going down in order. The pitch. Little dinker out in front of the plate. Fielded by Young. On over to first in time. 3 up, 3 down for the Trolls. And the Rumps will yet again have a chance to walk this thing off in the 12th. Willie Keeler, the first out of the chute for the Rumps in the 12th. Still facing Tim Hudson of the Twitter Trolls. Wind and the pitch. Little blooper, back of first. Rose will range back. He'll make the grab behind the lineup card. 1 up and 1 down. Bill Dickey now bats. Down on the count, 0-2. The pitch. That ball's crushed to right field. Down. That's a single for Bill Dickey. Chad Golden Rumps consistently flooding the bases with base runners. Just looking for the big hit to bring one of them home. And they've got a great chance to do it here. Dickey is now on second as Cupid Childs has walked. And Pete Rose bats with the power to change this series and put one more win in the Chad Golden Rumps win column. 0-2 count on Rose, the pitch. Fly ball left field. Rains ranging over. He makes the grab. No runner advancement on this one. Pete Rose unable to come through here in the 12th. He will pass the torch to Wade Boggs, and Boggs will now attempt to win this one. 1-1 count. The pitch. Grounded to first. Pete Rose grabs it again, takes it to the bag himself, 3 unassisted, and that ends the 12th. Go ahead and put 2 more stranded runners in the Chad Golden Rumps box score as we go 13. Top 13, Tim Raines, facing Bill Campbell now with the Chad Golden Rumps. Down on the count, 0-2. Campbell winds, Campbell delivers. That ball's hit well, center field. Going back is Charleston. He makes the grab. 1 up and 1 down for the Trolls. Raines got all of that one. Didn't get a lot of air underneath it. More of a line drive than a fly ball, and Charleston got a good beat on it off the bat. 2 outs in the inning now for Ken Caminiti. Wide and the pitch. Grounded to third, picks it, throws it, 3 up, 3 down. The Chad Golden Rumps bullpen getting it done here tonight, giving their team chance after chance to walk this one off. Let's see if it's lucky number 13 for the Rumps. We start off this bottom of the 13 with Oscar Charleston, a man who keeps getting opportunities to be heroes in back-to-back games. Let's see if he thinks number 13 is lucky too. Wind and the pitch. Strike 3 called. Tim Hudson gets the call on the outer half. Charleston didn't like it, but he'll have no choice to retreat back to the dugout. 1 up and 1 down for the Trolls. Now Archie Vaughn to the plate. 1-0 count on him. Wind and the pitch. Grounded to second. Shifting on over is Fernandez. Grabs it, throws on over to first. 3 up, 3 down for Tim Hudson. And this game's going 14. Top 14, we start with Jackie Robinson, still facing Bill Campbell. Campbell winds, delivers, and Robinson shoots one up the middle. Cupid Childs fields it. One up and one down. Charleston next batter. Here's the pitch. Grounded to first and through! Rose unable to get it. Charleston's going to go for two. The throw! Not in time! Oscar Charleston, a double for the Twitter trolls. He laces that one down the first base line. Pete Rose reached for it. Only able to deflect it with his glove. Sends it out into right field. Willie Keeler had a play on it. Made a throw to second base. Unable to get Charleston. And just like that, the Twitter trolls now find themselves with their best scoring opportunity in the last handful of innings. Willie Keeler bats here. 1-0 count. Wind and the pitch. Line drive up the middle. But perfectly shifted was Arky Vaughn. He makes the play, throws on to first, retires Keeler. Advancing to third on the play is Charleston. There's now 2 outs and the weight of the world on Tony Fernandez. Fernandez down on the count 0-1, but the chance to swing this one for the Twitter trolls. Campbell comes set the pitch. Grounded to short, gonna be a tough play for Arky. Picks it, throws it in time. That'll end the inning for the Twitter trolls. They strand a runner at third and now head to the bottom of the 14th. We are still tied at 5. Now let's keep in mind the Twitter trolls walked into this series with a short staff. They had 10 pitchers, 4 starters, 6 bullpen guys. Now what is the toll that this game is going to take on them? It's not out of the realm of possibility that even walking away a winner, this could be a Pyrrhic victory, in that they are not well set up for games 3, 4, and 5. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's go bottom 14. And Wander Franco. Franco leads off for the Rumps. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Adam Wainwright gets the swing and the miss, pulled the string on the changeup, completely fooled Franco, swings over it and early. 1 up and 1 out. We now go to Willie Keeler. Wainwright rocks and delivers. Little dinker, tough play. Wainwright gets it. Throw to first. Not in time. Willie Keeler legs out an infield hit. Keeler, one of the best base runners in this game, now gives the Rumps a very dangerous runner representing the winning run. Bill Dickey now bats. Now, will we see Keeler try to run on the combination of Wainwright and McCarver? The pitch. There goes Keeler. It's a pitch out. He doesn't even throw down. McCarver unable to get the ball out of his glove, and Keeler steals second without a throw. Huge play for the Rumps, and this Rump Stadium is rocking right now. Dickey now down on the count, 1-2, the pitch. Strike 3 called. Adam Wainwright gets the call on the outer half. Umpire been calling it all day. He consistently calls it here. Bill Dickey will retreat to the dugout, unable to advance Keeler any further, unable to come through with the game-winning hit. And now it will fall to Cupid Childs. Can he come through? Fan on their feet. The pitch. Looper to first. Caught by Pete Rose. Pete Rose has ended now 3 innings in extras here. This one catching the line drive off the bat of Cupid Childs. Looked for a moment like it could have been ticketed for right field and a walk-off win for the Rumps, but it was not meant to be as it ends in the glove of Pete Rose. We now go to the 15th. We are 27 hits and 14 innings into this one and still waiting to decide a winner. Top 15. The Twitter trolls will start off with Wander Franco, still facing Bill Campbell of the Golden Rumps. Campbell rocks and fires, and there's a grounder to third. Picks it, fires it, 1 up and 1 down. Now 2 outs in the inning for Tim Raines. The pitch. Grounded to first. Picks it, throws on over. In time, that's 3 up, 3 down. The Chad Golden Rumps bullpen has had very little resistance in these 6 extra innings. Only 1 real rally for the Trolls. They have given their team time and time again, given their offense chance after chance to put this one to bed. Just hasn't happened to this point. Bottom 15, the Chad Golden Rumps with maybe their best chance here. They've got their 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Tim Raines, if anyone reaches, and they are facing a tiring Wainwright. 2-1 count on Rose. The pitch. Rose fly to left. Playable for Raines. Takes a couple steps in, puts the squeeze on it. That's 1 up and 1 down. Now 1 away for Oscar Charleston. Hero from yesterday. Can he come through today? 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Adam Wainwright catches Charleston guessing for something off speed. Busts him inside. Gets the call. That'll be out number 2. Now Tim Raines, last hope for the Rumps here in the 15th. He's got Boggs aboard and a full count, so Boggs will get a head start on this one. There's a ton of pasture down the right field line. If Raines can hook one, this game's going to be all over. Wainwright deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Wainwright goes with the full count off-speed pitch. Fools Raines, gets the swing and the miss. And this game continues on. We head to the 16th. Twitter Trolls 5, Chad Golden Rumps 5. Top 16, the Trolls start with their Pete Rose. Can he get a rally going? Wind and the pitch. Little blooper. Who's going to grab it? Arky Vaughn comes on in, puts the squeeze on it. 1 up and 1 down. They retire the very difficult and dangerous Pete Rose. Always a good first step here in the 16th. Now 2 outs in the inning and Jackie up. Into the game for the Rumps comes Schoolboy Rowe. The pitch. Ball 4. Jackie Robinson takes the 4-pitch walk, which will keep this game and inning alive for Oscar Charleston. This is a good matchup for Charleston facing Schoolboy Rowe, right-handed pitcher, in this ballpark. A ballpark tuned for left-handed hitters. Now Charleston down on the count 1-2. He'll look to get a pitch he can handle here. The pitch. Strike 3 call. Schoolboy Rowe goes outer half, gets the call, ends the inning, strands Jackie Robinson at first, and we now head to the bottom of the 16th inning. Bottom 16, we start with icy cold Arky Vaughn. We have now seen 5 highlights of his this game. The best he has to show for it is a walk. Let's see if he's got something better planned here in the 16th. Wind and the pitch. Strike 3 called. 3-pitch strikeout for Wainwright versus Vaughn. And this bottom of the 16th is underway. 1 up and 1 down. Crusader fan with the comment of the night so far, Arctic Vaughn. I love that. That is perfect. We now go to they're still in the 16th. Franco also retired, and now Keeler, the last hope for the Rumps. Wind and the pitch. Keeler, a little dinker, going to be a tough play. Caminiti comes in, fields it, and will not have a play. Willie Keeler, his second infield hit of our extra innings here in this one. Now I can't wait to see what the Rumps do to try to manufacture this run. You've got Keeler, one of the best base runners in this game, and you've got your 9-hitter at the plate. I'd almost be surprised to see him not attempt to steal second here. Well, he didn't attempt to steal. We're 3 pitches into this at bat, and he's gone nowhere. And now Dickey has to bat with a 2-strike count. Fans on their feet, the pitch. Grounded to second. Diving stop! Throw to first in time! Tony Fernandez ranges to his left, makes an incredible play, throws on to first, ends the inning, and pushes us to the 17th inning. Top 17. Willie Keeler leads off for the Twitter Trolls. Wind and the pitch. Little looper, right field. Playable for Keeler, puts the squeeze on it and retires Keeler. 1 up and 1 down. Tony Fernandez now bats here with 1 away. Wind and the pitch. That ball hit well into center field and down. Tony Fernandez, a 1-out single. Schoolboy Rowe tried to drop in there, get me over changeup. And Tony Fernandez was ready for it, loops it to center field in front of Oscar Charleston. And Fernandez, a good base runner in his own right, now represents the first rally the Trolls have had in 3 or 4 innings. Wander Franco to the plate. The pitch. Ground ball, base hit to right field. Fernandez off to the races. Around second, heading to third. Franco heading to second. The throw coming to the plate. Fernandez is going to try to score. And he will. That is a 1-out triple for Wander Franco. Scores Tony Fernandez all the way from first. And the Twitter Trolls have scored the first run of our extra frame period. They now lead 6-5 and are looking for more. Franco remains at third. There's 1 out for Tim McCarver. The Chad Golden Rumps infield, forced to come in, will be looking to make the play at the plate. The pitch. Fly ball center field. Playable for Charleston, but it is well hit. Franco will tag from third. The throw will not even come to the plate. Make it the second run for the Twitter Trolls. They now lead by a score of 7-5. And we go to the bottom of the 17th. Now, bottom of the 17th, the Rumps will now have to do exactly what they did in Game 1. Face their final 3 outs with a 2-run deficit and come up with a couple of runs to either extend the game or, God forbid, get 3 runs and end it right here. Cupid Childs will lead this off. Cupid Childs, one of the best hitters for the Rumps this season, looking to get aboard by any way possible. The pitch. That ball hit well. Deep right field. Keeler back. That ball's out of here. Cupid Childs, touch them all. Adam Wainwright, wanting to avoid the walk to lead off the inning, catches too much plate on this sinker, elevates it, and Cupid Childs does the rest. Turns on it and puts it into the seats. 7-6 ball game. Fireworks here in Chad. Pete Rose next up. And now Pete Rose will no longer be facing Adam Wainwright. He departs the game. Into this game comes Smokey Joe Wood, as the Twitter Trolls having to dig deep into their bag of bullpen arms for this one. It's just hard to plan on 17-inning games. And now Smokey Joe Wood, not a player who's been asked to get a ton of high-leverage outs this season, will be asked to do just that here. He is going to be asked to get Pete Rose, Wade Boggs, and Oscar Charleston, the meat of the Chad Golden Rumps order that put up the 3rd best run-scoring amount in the conference this year without giving up a run. Pete Rose down on the count here, 0-2. Let's see if Smokey Joe can put him away. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Smokey Joe able to get some off speed. Fools Pete Rose. Gets the first out in this one. Takes a little bit of the air out of the Chad Golden Rump balloon, as this place was rocking following that Cupid Child solo home run. Now Boggs bats. 2-2 count on him. Smokey Joe winds. Delivers. Ground ball up the middle. Picked. Thrown by Tony Fernandez. Make that 2 up and 2 down for Smokey Joe. Now just 1 out away from getting the Trolls their much-needed series split here in Chad. And the last person he has to get through is the same guy who hit the walk-off homer in Game 1. Charleston has had chance and chance again to be the hero for the 2nd night in a row. Hasn't quite come through in the same way. But this game doesn't end without him having yet another chance. Defense in no doubles mode. Outfield and playing deep and straight away. Smokey Joe winds. Delivers. Line drive, base hit, right field. Oscar Charleston not going to let this one end. Gets a single. He is now aboard, which extends this game and will bring up Tim Raines. Tim Raines ahead in the count 2-0. Fans on their feet, looking for a little magic here in game 2. Little looper left field, down! Charleston around second, heading to third, almost tagged out. He makes it anyway. A surprised Wander Franco, not typically playing shortstop, catches the relay throw in, doesn't even realize that Charleston is bearing down right behind him. By the time Franco whips around, Charleston already to third base. And the Chad Golden Rumps have runners at the corners and 2 outs. And who is up? Who is up other than Arky Vaughn? This now his 7th highlight we've seen in this game somehow. He probably has 7 plate appearances. 7th time we've seen Arky. Best he's done is a walk. Can he come through here? Game on the line. Charleston a single away. Raines a double away. 1-2 count. Fans on their feet. Smokey Joe comes set. The pitch. Fly ball right field. Raging over and making the grab is Willie Keeler. The Twitter Trolls have won game 2 in a marathon 17-inning affair by a score of 7-6. The Chad Golden Rumps, despite 21 hits, only able to muster 6 runs and now find themselves heading to Twitter Town, tied in this series 1-1. We update our series, whatever we call it, score bug. Yeah, I think the broadcaster needs a break here. 17 innings, but what a game. And of course, the Chad Golden Rumps, who were loading the bases all throughout the extra innings, just could never get that big hit. Even the 1 run they scored in extras was a solo home run. So stranded runner after stranded runner. But the damage here might just be what happened to the bullpens. I mean, look at the Twitter Trolls here. They had to trot out 6 different arms, with 4 of those arms going more than 30 pitches. So Hudson, Wainwright, Campbell, all in threat of not being available for Game 3. Now, there is an off day between Game 2 and Game 3, which is absolutely a saving grace for the Twitter Trolls. But this is not what you want to see when you opt to run a short bullpen, a short staff for a series like this. For Chad, you had some really Herculean performances. So Jerry Royce didn't have his best stuff. Only goes 5, gives up 5. Hands it over to Cueto. He was basically perfect for 9 outs. Hands it over to Cy Young. Almost perfect for 12 outs. Hands it over to Bill Campbell. Almost perfect for 11 outs. And then Schoolboy Rowe is when the dam broke. And Schoolboy Rowe gives up the 2 runs that end up being the deciding factor in this game. What a series. Holy cow. We go 17 in game 2. Like, I have no idea how many sims we've already missed. Let's go try to figure out where the game 3 sim is. I'm sure it's ready by now. This is wild stuff. All right, what time is it? 7:15 local. 3 sims passed while we were doing that. 3 different sims. That is nuts. I do like how once you get into extras, they are showing you the leadoff hitter and the final hitter of each inning on each side. I do like that. It makes for a longer broadcast to get through it all, but I think it's great. All right, let's go game 3. We are now in Twitter Town. Okay, so let's talk about what that means. How is Twitter Town different than Rump Town? Twitter Town is different in that we don't have nearly as many doubles and triples. In Rump Town, it's 1.2 on the doubles and 1.0 on the triples. Here in Twitter Town, it's 0.625 on each. So we should have some less run scoring. We should have less extra base hits. But other than that, the average and the home run factors are the same. All right, we are in game 3 here. Tommy Glavine will take the hill for the Twitter Trolls. It's interesting that Del Crandall is tired. Del Crandall, despite getting an off day, still tired in this one because he had to catch 17 innings. We'll see if that's a factor, as we know that the Rumps are going to throw nothing but lefties. Will the Twitter Trolls have to choose a game for Del Crandall to sit? Because he's only going to be more tired after this game. So we might see a Tim McCarver. Real Teddy-O asking if that's the longest PEL World Series game ever. I think it is. I think we just set a land speed record there with that one. Yeah, Teddy-O, I thought it was... I know McCarver played some last game. All right, well, let's lead off this game. Jackie Robinson gets a leadoff single for the Rumps. They will look to put Game 2 behind them and strike early here in Game 3. Nothing doing top one. We now go bottom one, and the Twitter Trolls find themselves in the catbird seat with a chance to take an early lead. They've got Tim Raines aboard by virtue of a walk, and he's now at third base with one away for Caminiti, facing Noodles Hahn. Fly ball center field. Caught throwing home. Going to be a close play. He is out at the plate. A double play by Oscar Charleston of the Chad Golden Rumps. Catches this line off the bat of Caminiti. Comes up firing. And dead to rights at the plate is Tim Raines. An incredible defensive play by the Rumps to keep the Trolls off the scoreboard. Top three. Chad Golden Rumps up on the highlight machine. Wander Franco will bat here against Glavin. Wind and the pitch. And Franco crosses that one to center field, but coming in and not making the grab. Kurt Flood drops that one. That's going to be a two-base error for Kurt Flood of the Twitter Trolls. And Franco now aboard on second base to lead off this top of the third inning. Franco does not score in that one. We now go to the fourth inning. And here in the fourth, we've got the top of the fourth, the Chad Golden Rumps still at the plate. Barry Larkin, their shortstop at third base. Oscar Charleston at the plate. 3-2 count on him, infield in. Swing and a miss, strike three. Tommy Glavin goes to the high heat. 98 miles an hour on the gun for Tommy Glavin. A pitch faster than any that I saw him throw IRL. But nevertheless, he gets it done on this one and gets that all-critical second out. That's going to allow the infield to draw back to their normal position, and it's going to prevent the Chad Golden Rumps from scoring. So we go bottom four now. Twitter Trolls still looking for their first hit of the game, and they'll be looking here against Noodles Hahn with their own Pete Rose. The pitch. And Rose gets into that one. Deep left field. Gone. Pete Rose finds the bleachers with this one. Noodles Hahn gets too much at the plate, and Pete Rose taps into all of that 59 power, putting this one 439 feet out into the power alleys, making a very happy fan out there. And giving the Trolls an early lead here in game number 3. Some fireworks here in Twittertown. Top 5 now. Chad Golden Rumps looking to strike back. They've got Franco at the plate and Raines aboard to lead off this fifth. Glavin comes set, pitches, grounder to second, could be two. To second, one to first, double play! Andrelton Simmons, Bobby Gritch, and Pete Rose team up for a 6-4-3 twin killing. Just what the hometown fans wanted to see. Top 7 now, Rumps back on the highlight machine in what is proving to be a very low-scoring game. We've got 3 total hits through 6 in the third innings. Charleston of the Rumps bats here. Wind and the pitch. Little dinker going to be a tough play for anyone. Charging in all the way from shortstop is Simmons. He has no play on that one. Oddly enough, Caminiti didn't even offer on that one. Caminiti playing a deep third base did not charge that one. Not that he was going to have a play anyway, but chalk it up as an infield single for Charleston and the tying run aboard here for the Rumps. Heilman now bats here for the Rumps. Heilman, we saw earlier on the stream, a deadly hitter versus left-hand pitching. Can he be that in this moment? The pitch. Little dinker out in front of home. Grabbed by the catcher to second, one to first. Double play! Del Crandall jumps out in front of home plate, fires on down to Simmons, who completes the play on over to Pete Rose. An unlikely double play ends the Golden Rumps' 7th, keeps them scoreless, so we go to the bottom of the 7th at stretch time. Twitter Trolls 1, Chad Golden Rumps 0. Beautiful rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game there by the Twitter Trolls organ player. Top 8 now. Glavin still on the hill for the Trolls, giving them the heroic performance they want. Can he continue it into the 8th here now? He's got 3 right-handed batters on deck. Raines, Franco, and Crandall. 2-2 pitch to Raines. The pitch. Little dinker up the middle. Picked and thrown by Gritch on over to first. That's 1 up and 1 down. Next hitter in the inning, Wander Franco. Glavin winds and delivers, and Franco gets into that one. Deep left field, it might be. It could be. It is a home run. Kurt Flood ranged all the way to his right. Reached up for it, but this one is a fence-scraping solo home run for Wander Franco. Make it 1-1 in this one, as the Chad Golden Rumps third baseman just delivered the equalizing blow. Bottom 8 now, we've got a brand new ball game, and the Twitter Trolls, they've been struggling to find pasture out there. Only 2 hits through 7 innings. They turn to Oscar Charleston here, hoping to stem that tide. 2-1 count, the pitch. Line drive up the middle base hit. Charleston laces one to center field. Adam Wainwright left a changeup up in the zone. Charleston didn't miss it. And now the Trolls have a good base runner on board to start off this inning. Keeler, Gritch, and Crandall due to hit. Keeler takes the first crack. The pitch. A bunt. Tough play. Wainwright able to field it, throw on over to first, does retire Keeler, but a successful sacrifice, and now a good base running Oscar Charleston is in scoring position for Gritch and Crandall. Bobby Gritch walks, and now Del Crandall bats here. Crandall, a much better hitter versus left-hand pitching. Let's check it out here tonight. Let's check it out in our matchup analyzer. Del Crandall. So let's first look at his versus left. You know what? These are ugly numbers too. So Del Crandall versus left, a -17. Del Crandall versus right, a -31. So neither side is pretty, but the versus right is a lot worse. And that's what Wainwright gets to face here. He's got him down on the count 0-2. The pitch. Grounded to first, could be 2. Throw on over to short, 1. Unable to complete the play back to first. It's a fielder's choice, retiring the runner at second base. Crandall now aboard. Charleston moves on over to third. And now Wander Franco of the Twitter Trolls has a chance to have the same impact that Wander Franco of the Rumps had last inning. Franco is pinch hitting. He comes off the top rope, and he'll face Adam Wainwright here. We've got a full count. Del Crandall will get a head start on this one. Can Wander Franco come through? The pitch. Fly ball. Deep right center. Back goes Charleston. Back at the wall. He makes the catch. Oscar Charleston ranges to his left. Gets to the gasoline sign in right center field. Able to reach up, put the squeeze on it. And Wander Franco, an extra serving of Wheaties this morning, away from making this a 4-1 ball game. Instead, we go to the 9th, still tied at 1. Top 9. Leading things off for the Chad Golden Rumps is Pete Rose. He'll bat right-handed versus Tom Glavin, who is still in this game. Fly ball right field, playable. Shifting on over is Keeler. Puts the squeeze on it, 1 up and 1 down. Now 2 outs in the inning for Ross Barnes. Ross Barnes coming in as a pinch hitter. Now, I did not call out Ross Barnes in my preview of the team, but Ross Barnes, another one of the more rare cards. An interesting card for sure. Wind and the pitch to Barnes. And Barnes bloops this one. Who's going to grab it? Shifting on over is Del Crandall. Even though he's tired, he's able to make the grab. That is 3 up and 3 down, and the shoe is now on the other foot. The hallmark of this series in Games 1 and Game 2 was the Chad Golden Rumps batting in the bottom of an inning with a chance to walk it off. And now that is exactly what chance the Twitter trolls will have here. And they're going to be starting with the top of their order. Raines, Rose, Caminiti looking for 1 run to end this one. Blubla with a great point. Glavin giving the length the Trolls needed. So the Trolls and their short bullpen had to go 17 innings in Game 2. And Tom Glavin out here has now eaten in 9 innings. The bullpen has been untouched here tonight. Just what the doctor ordered for the Trolls. Now they're just looking for a side of a walk-off homer. Tim Raines leads off for the Trolls, and he bloops one to left. Should be playable for Raines. Ranges in, makes the grab. That's 1 up and 1 down. Adam Wainwright goes full on the count with Raines, but able to fight back, get the first out. And now Pete Rose bats with nobody on. 1-0 count on him. Wind and the pitch. Lace to left field, and that ball's down. Pete Rose goes opposite field, gets a single. Will represent the winning run as Caminiti, Vaughn, and Charleston are due. Twitter troll fans have woken up from their slumber, and they are ready to see their team go over the top here. Caminiti batting, Rose aboard. 2-2 count the pitch. Strike 3 called. Caminiti takes one on the outer half. Wainwright gets the call. Caminiti grabs some bench. And this rally, if you'll call it that, will come down to Archie Vaughn here in the 9th. 2-2 count on him. Wainwright delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And wouldn't you know it, for the 3rd time in 3 games in this World Series, we are heading to extra innings. Let's see if we can beat 17. Top 10. Charleston leads off for the Rumps. Charleston has been fantastic. He walked off Game 1. In Game 2, he got numerous hits in big moments. Now here he is in Game 3 looking to continue putting his imprint on this series. He'll face Tom Glavin, who is into his 10th inning of work. The pitch. Blooper left field. Ranging in his Raines. Long run. He'll make the grab. Tim Raines sprints in from left field, able to get that sinking line drive off the bat of Charleston. It's 1 up and 1 down here in the 10th. Now 2 away for Raines. Musina has taken over for Tom Glavin. You really can't ask any more of Glavin. And Musina enters with 9 2/3 innings into this game. He'll be asked to get the last out of this 10th inning. 2-2 count, fans on their feet. Wind and the pitch to Raines. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Raines is aboard. Franco and Crandall are due. There are 2 outs in the inning. Would not be surprised again here to see some activity on the base paths. Raines could very well have the green light here to try to steal second in front of Wander Franco. 1-2 count. The pitch. There goes Raines. Throw down to second. In time! The Twitter trolls pitch out. And the combination of Del Crandall and Mike Musina retire the side on the caught stealing. We go bottom 10. Twitter trolls Charleston at the plate facing Johnny Cueto, who was absolutely dynamic in Game 2 for the Rumps. Let's see if Cueto still has it here in Game 3. One-two count on Charleston. The pitch. Strike 3 called. Charleston will grab some bench. Johnny Cueto able to get the call on the inner half there. 89-mile-an-hour sinker. Bobby Gritch now bats in the 10th with 2 outs and nobody on. Wind and the pitch from Cueto, and that's lined up the middle. Picked at shortstop by Larkin. On over to first in time. That's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Johnny Cueto, and we'll head to the 11th, still tied at 1. I mean, how much free baseball are we going to get tonight? We got the 10th inning in Game 1. We got 8 extra innings in Game 2. We're getting at least 2 extra innings in Game 3. This is going to be our first 8-game series. Top 11. The Rumps start with Wander Franco. Now, this game would be over if not for Franco. He hit a solo home run in the late innings of this one to tie it up at 1. Musina pitching for the Trolls. 2-2 count. Wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Mike Musina, a beautiful changeup, dipping and diving out of the zone. Wander Franco chases, unable to get a piece of it, and that's 1 away. Jackie Robinson now bats here with 2 outs. Wide and the pitch. Jackie loops it to right. That ball's going to get down in front of Willie Keeler. It's going to be a 2-out single. Pete Rose due up. Let's see if we see Jackie with a little activity on the bases. Well, Pete Rose walks, which brings up Wade Boggs. He'll bat here with 2 outs. He's down on the count 1-2 against Mike Musina. The pitch. Little looper, left field, long run for Raines. Unable to get there. Around third is Robinson. He's going to try to score. The throw is not in time. The Chad Golden Rumps, through a 2-out rally, now lead this one 2-1. Still in this 11th inning, Musina trying to get out of this nightmare inning. And he's down in the count 3-1 to Ross Barnes. The pitch. Ball 4. That's going to load him for Oscar Charleston. If you're the Twitter trolls, you're down 1 now. But it could be a lot worse after this swing of the bat here. Musina needs to bear down to get out of this inning. 2-2 count. Fans on their feet. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Blows the fastball by Charleston. He'll strand the bases loaded. But now the Twitter trolls, with 8-9-1 due in the order, will need to find at least 1 to keep this game going. McCarver will lead things off. He's pinch hitting for Del Crandall here. McCarver a much better fit for this ballpark for this matchup against Johnny Cueto. 0-1 count. The pitch. Grounded to second. Jackie fields it, throws on over to first. 1 up and 1 down. Now 3-0 count on Wander Franco. Cueto comes set, winds and delivers. Swinging on 3-0 is Franco. Cueto fields the tapper, throws to first, 2 outs. So an aggressive approach there from Wander Franco. Swings on 3-0. Didn't get much of it, and that is the 2nd out of this inning. Tim Raines, now the last hope for the Twitter trolls, needs to get on base by some way, somehow, to get Pete Rose up. 1-0 count. Cueto winds, delivers. Fly ball to center field, base hit. Tim Raines able to loop this one over the head of the shortstop Archie Vaughn. That's going to extend this inning, bring Pete Rose up. Now, will the Twitter trolls be so bold as to try to steal a bag here? 1-1 count on Rose. Fans on their feet, looking for an extra base hit. We've got the Chad Golden Rumps outfield playing deep for no doubles. 1-1 count. The pitch. There goes Raines. It's a pitch out. Throw down to second, and he is dead to rights. That is a walk-off caught stealing. Bill Dickey on the money. Throws on down to Jackie Robinson, and Tim Raines was out by 20 feet. The Chad Golden Rumps guess correctly, call for the pitch out, and Bill Dickey does the rest. That's going to end the game. Pete Rose will end the game with the bat on his shoulder, and the Chad Golden Rumps now take a 2-1 series lead. What a series. I mean, I'm getting to the point where I'm wondering if they're programming in all this drama. It's incredible. Like, we never, I don't want to say that, so then I'll have to knock on wood, but we have been very blessed with the games that we've been getting. It's incredible. All right, so in this one, We see Tom Glavine go 9 2/3 for the Twitter trolls, give up only 1, and unfortunately leave with a no decision as the offense unable to provide more than 1 run of support. Mike Musina ends up getting hung with the loss in extras. On the other side, Noodles Hahn, just as good as Glavine, if not able to go as deep, and then hands it on over to Adam Wainwright and Cueto, who continue the trend from earlier games of the Chad Golden Rumps bullpen being dynamic and lights out. Let's go to Game 4. What are the odds we're getting extra innings? All right, let's set up Game 4 here. So for the Twitter trolls, we have Mackenzie Gore on the mound. Mackenzie Gore, probably the least credentialed of all the starting pitchers you're going to see in this series. If there's one guy who's likely to get blown up of the guys that we've seen, it's likely to be Mackenzie Gore. But let's see if he's got a hero outing in him, just like Tom Glavine did. As you see on the top or the bottom right of your corner of your screen here, I'm showing the Mackenzie Gore stats. Mackenzie Gore, an ERA north of 4.6, about a run higher than guys like Noodles Hahn and Jerry Royce. But he'll look to lean into his ballpark strength here. You have a ballpark that really nerfs out right-handed hitters, and he's going to face a ton of them here tonight, only facing 2 lefties in the form of Oscar Charleston and Willie Keeler. Let's see if Gore is up to the task. We do see Del Crandall still in this lineup for the Twitter trolls. Let's get this underway. Mackenzie Gore will pitch to Jackie Robinson. He's fallen behind in the count 3-1. Can he fight back to avoid a leadoff base runner in this one? Wind and the pitch. Swinging on 3-1 is Jackie. Hits it on out to short, and it's dropped. Andrelton Simmons loses the handle. He makes an error on the first play of the game. And now the Chad Golden Rumps with a nice little mini rally that amounts to nothing here in the first. We go bottom 3. Del Crandall aboard. Andrelton Simmons a chance to atone for the error from the first inning. He faces Tommy Glavine of the Chad Golden Rumps. Ahead in the count 3-1. The pitch to Simmons. Ball 4. 2 aboard now. 1 out. Bottom of the lineup for the Trolls, getting some work done here. Crandall and Simmons get aboard ahead of Raines, Rose, Caminiti. Raines will have the first crack at it. Glavine comes set and delivers, and that's line to base hit to left field. Around third is Crandall. He's going to hold there. They are loaded for Pete Rose. It's time to look at Pete Rose in our matchup analyzer. Pete Rose versus left, and look at that Christmas tree full of green there. 305, 375, 427 on the triple slash for Rose. Good for a 16.68 BAT R over the past 3 seasons in Perfect League. Looking for a big hit here for the Twitter trolls. Glavine even in the count, 2-2 the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tom Glavine able to bend a curveball around the bat of Pete Rose, swings and misses. He'll head back to the dugout empty-handed. And now the pressure will fall to Ken Caminiti, not nearly the same caliber of hitter, with the bases loaded here. Just for context, we'll pull up what Ken Caminiti does versus left, and you see it there. Just about a league average bat, 241, 283, 449 with the triple slash. Now that 449 slugging percentage is the ball go far metric. We'll see if he's able to tap into that here tonight. 2-2 count. Fans on their feet. Bases loaded the pitch. Line drive up the middle. Base hit! 1 run scores. Around third, Simmons. He'll try to score the throw. Not in time. Ken Caminiti scores 2 on an RBI single, giving the Twitter trolls a 2-0 lead in this one. That's why they play the games, folks. Pete Rose strikes out, and Caminiti comes through with the laced single up the middle. It looked for a minute like Jackie Robinson was going to make the play on it, but he did not. It gets through, 2-run score, and now the Trolls have a base with which to work, and a 2-0 lead as they hand the ball to Mackenzie Gore here in the 4th inning. One away for DH Ross Barnes. The pitch. And that ball is belted. Deep left field. It might be. It could be. It is. A home run off the bat of Ross Barnes. This one a moonshot variety. It was higher than it was far. 379 feet into the Twitter evening. That cuts the Twitter Trolls lead in half. Now 2-1. Top 7. Harry Heilman now bats against Mackenzie Gore. Harry Heilman does similar things to left-hand pitching. He's looking to answer the call that Ross Barnes started there. 1-0 count the pitch. And Heilman crushes this one deep to center. Gone. Harry Heilman sends this bomb deep into the night. 449 happy feet for the Chad Golden Rumps. And we are back where we started, a continuing trend in this series as we are late in a game and we are all tied up. This time at 2 apiece. Still top 7. Gore still trying to find his way out of this inning. He's given up another single, this time to Wander Franco, and now Willie Keeler comes up. 1-1 count. He's a tough guy to double up. The pitch. Keeler, a little dinker. Going to be a tough play for the shortstop. Grabs it. No play. Infield single for Willie Keeler. By my count, that's 3 in this series for Keeler. Really making his presence felt with his speed profile. And now the Chad Golden Rumps have their 9-hitter up. Batting in a spot with 2 aboard and 1 out. 2-0 count on Crandall. Double play target here, the pitch. Little bloop infield. Should be infield fly. Shifting on over, making the grab is Gritch. That's 2 outs. And now the Trolls 1 out away from ending this nightmare of an inning. Unfortunately, they're going to have to get through Jackie Robinson to do so. And Gore walks Robinson, which brings up Pete Rose. A huge spot in this one. Twitter fans biting those fingernails right now as you look at the bottom right corner of your screen. You see just what it looks like. Mackenzie Gore versus right-handed batters. Pete Rose versus left-handed pitchers. A huge advantage here for the Golden Rumps. Does Pete Rose come through with a big one here? First pitch of the count. The delivery. Ground ball to third. Tough play. Picks it. Throw on over to first in time. Ken Caminetti shows off the strong arm. Mackenzie Gore able to escape this one. The Chad Golden Rumps strand Jackie Robinson, Franco, and Keeler aboard. We will head to the bottom of the 7th. All tied at 2. 7th inning stretch time here in Twitter. Bottom 7, here come the Trolls. They've been working with the lead for much of the day. Now they find themselves tied. Can they get to Tom Glavine to recapture the lead? 1 out for Keeler. Wind and the pitch. Keeler crushes that one into the right center field gap, and he's off to the races. He's got 2 easy. Will he try for 3? Round second, he'll hold there. It's a 1-out single for Keeler, an elite base runner. And the Trolls will try to score him with the 7, 8, 9 hitters due. Fans on their feet for Gritch. Ahead in the count, 2-0. The pitch. Keeler trying to steal third. The throw down, not in time. Keeler slides around the tag of Wander Franco. He is now 90 feet away with 1 out here in the 7th. Let's see if the Golden Rump infield comes in. And that's exactly what they do. Franco, Larkin, Jackie, and Heilman all on the cut of the grass with intentions on making a play on Willie Keeler at the plate. Keeler, one of the best base runners in this game. We'll see if they have the contact play on. 3-1 count for Gritch. The pitch. Ball 4. Hit walks to first. All is not lost for the Rumps. This does set up the double play should they choose to play for it. Del Crandall, a slow base runner. They still keep the infield in. They now shift it. We have 3 defenders left of second. No defenders right of second. as you have Heilman holding on Gritch at first. Fans on their feet, hoping to break this one open here in the 7th. The pitch to Crandall. Fly ball left field playable. Pete Rose out there. He'll make the catch. Keeler tagging. The throw to the plate. Not in time. Willie Keeler scores the go-ahead run on the sacrifice fly off the bat of Del Crandall. Make it 3-2 Twitter Trolls. Still bottom 7. Andrelton Simmons has singled Gritch on over to third, which brings up Tim Raines. He's got a 2-0 advantage in this count. Now facing Bill Campbell as Tom Glavine has been removed from this ballgame. Campbell comes set. Delivers to Raines, and that's looped into center field. That's going to be trouble and down. Scoring is Gritch. Simmons moves on up to second, and the Trolls have doubled their lead to 4-2. We go to the 8th inning. The Twitter Trolls have rebuilt their original 2-run lead, and they now need to protect it. There's 6 outs left in this game. How are they going to get them? The bullpen, for the most part, has been resting for 2 consecutive days. You have 5 of your 6 bullets to fire. They will start this 8th inning with Mackenzie Gord still in this game. He's gone 7 innings. He's given up 2. He's given up 7 hits. And who knows how many walks. But he will start this inning out against Barry Larkin, a tough customer versus left-hand pitching. Wind and the pitch. Little looper left field, dive fading and down. A sinking line drive off the bat of Barry Larkin finds pasture in left in front of Tim Raines, and that will be a leadoff single. Ross Barnes will now bat. 1-0 count on him, the pitch. Barnes lines one to short, could be 2. To second, 1 to first, double play! Taylor made 6-4-3. Simmons to Gritch to Rose. Erases the leadoff single, and the Twitter Trolls and their fans love it. Bottom 8 now. Twitter Trolls looking for some insurance runs. They've got Caminiti at the plate. Caminiti's already come through with 1 big hit today, that 2 RBI single early on in this one. He hits into a really odd defensive alignment. You have 3 infielders to the right of second base and Wander Franco playing the traditional shortstop position. You have the outfield shifted the exact opposite way. You have Rose guarding the line in left, Charleston left of center, and Keeler shifted all the way over from right field. Let's see what Caminiti does here against Bill Campbell. The pitch. Caminiti laces a single to center field. A leadoff single off the bat of Caminiti. Able to turn around an off-speed pitch down on the count 0-1. That gives the Trolls a leadoff man on. Nothing doing there. Now it's time to nail this one down. Twitter Trolls working with a 2-run lead. Johnny Cueto's who they tapped to start this inning. He's even in the count here, 3-2 to Heilman. Fans on their feet rooting for the strikeout. Cueto winds. Cueto delivers. Ball 4. He wanted the call there. It was a fastball around knee height. Did not get it. To first base goes Harry Heilman. And just like that, the Chad Golden Rumps bring up the tying run to the plate and do so in the form of Wander Franco, someone who's already played long ball once in this series. Franco will bat here with nobody out and Heilman aboard the pitch. Fly ball right field, well hit. Going back is Keeler. Going back to the track. He makes the catch. Willie Keeler puts the squeeze on it on the warning track. Franco didn't miss that one by much, and a collective exhale in Twitter Town can be felt by all. Willie Keeler now up with 1 away. 2-2 count on him. The pitch. Blooper to right, long run here. Keeler comes in, makes the grab. Second out of the inning recorded. Twitter Trolls now 1 out away from evening this series at 2-2. They'll have to do it through icy cold Arky Vaughn. Can Vaughn break his streak of bad highlights? He's even in the count here, 2-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The Twitter Trolls win game 4 by a final score of 4-2. A back and forth affair that saw the Trolls capture a 2-0 lead. The Golden Rumps fight back, even up the score at 2-2, and then the Trolls cap it off and win this one late. Here's the box score for you. We see that 7th inning is when we had our most action. We had the Golden Rumps tying the game and the Twitter Trolls taking it in the bottom half and never relinquishing it. Mackenzie Gore certainly was up to the task, gives the Twitter Trolls 8 strong innings. He did spread around 9 base runners, but only 2 found their way to home plate, and both did so via the long ball. On the other side of town, Tommy Glavine didn't have it today. 4 earned runs, 6 2/3 innings, 10 base runners. With the Trolls winning this game, we are guaranteed a return trip to Chad. Now, what the score will be, we shall find out with the results of Game 5. A pivotal Game 5 in Twittertown. Let's go pull it down and get ready for it. What a series we've already been treated to through 4 games. Loading up Game 5 as we talk. The talking heads were sure that this was going to be a Chad Golden Rump series. We had, let me check what the numbers settled at for our straw poll. We had 76% of the vote saying the Chad Golden Rumps were going to win this series. And yet here we are deadlocked at 2. Here we are deadlocked at 2, heading into a pivotal Game 5 in Twittertown. Twitter will send Cy Young, their ace, to the hill and face a lineup of a number of left-handed bats. There are going to be 3 righties, which should be great matchups for Cy Young in this ballpark, facing Jackie, Barnes, and Larkin. Let's get this game underway with Cy Young to Jackie Robinson. Tom Budoman saying this is an epic series, and I can't help but agree. I think we'll always remember the 17-inning game, but every other game has had its own flair and its own drama as well. Jackie lines this one to short. Drelton Simmons grabs it, throws on over to first. 1 up and 1 down. And just like that, Game 5 is underway. Crandall sitting for both teams, as Blubla12 points out. We go top 2. Oscar Charleston steps in. Charleston has visions of being series MVP if the Rumps are able to take this one. He's definitely been a present force throughout. Let's see if he has something in store here in the 2nd inning. The 1-2 pitch from Young, and that ball's belted. Deep left field. It might be. It could be. It is. An opposite field home run for Oscar Charleston. Sends that one deep into the Twitter evening. And gives the Chad Golden Rumps an early 1-0 lead on that tasty Oppo Taco. We go bottom 5 now. Twitter Trolls still looking for their first run. They've got Keeler aboard, 1 away for Bobby Grich. Kershaw on the hill for the Rumps. The pitch. Line drive, base hit down the right field line. Keeler around second. He's going for third. He'll make it there without a throw. Bobby Grich loops one into right and has the Twitter Trolls in business here in the 5th. Fans on their feet as McCarver bats against Kershaw. Trolls trying to stay out of the double play, which the Rumps are playing for. They are not infield in here. They have the middle infield back at double play depth. Kershaw to McCarver, the pitch. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Keeler scores from third. Grich will stop at second. We are now tied at 1. Andrelton Simmons will now bat. 9-hitter in the order, the pitch. The ball gets away. Dickey chases it, but not before each runner advances. Gritch to third, McCarver to second. Double play out of the question now. And Simmons looking for a little contact here to find that second run of the game. Infield does come in now. 3-1 count on Simmons, the pitch. Ball 4! Andrelton Simmons walks. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Twitter Trolls all reach and will now flip the lineup over to Raines with the bases loaded. 3-1 count on Raines, the pitch. Fly ball right center. Well hit. Long run. Flood chasing it. Makes the grab. That will be a sacrifice fly. It was Charleston on the catch there. Tagging from third and scoring is Gritch. Tagging from second, heading to third is McCarver. Give an RBI sacrifice fly to Tim Raines. And we now continue this fifth inning with Pete Rose. Pete Rose unable to deliver a 2-out single, so we head to the seventh with the Trolls up 2-1. Can the Golden Rumps muster another rally in this one? They've got 9 outs left to find a run. Cy Young still on the hill for the Trolls. The pitch to Raines, and that is ball 4. That is not what you want. Putting on an elite base runner in a 1-run game to lead off an inning. 1-1 count on Barnes. Let's see if Raines takes off here. He doesn't. Barnes lines to second base. Could be 2. To second 1. To first. Double play. So the Golden Rumps play it conservatively on the bases. They do not unleash Tim Raines. And Ross Barnes lines into the 4. 6-3 twin killing. Erasing the leadoff walk. Top 8 now. Barry Larkin bats against Cy Young. Not a great matchup for the Golden Rumps here. But let's see if Larkin can come through against Cy Young. Wind and the pitch. Larkin lines one to third. Tough play. Caminiti fields it across and in time. Caminiti showing off his strong arm on this one. A deep ground ball to the 5.5 hole between third and shortstop. Fields it ranging to his left. Comes up firing and able to get Larkin by a step. Now 2 outs in the inning for Bill Dickey. Wind and the pitch. Checks his swing, didn't go. That's going to be a 4-pitch walk. And that's going to bring up Willie Keeler. Now, the big question is, how much longer will the Twitter Trolls stick with Cy Young? They've shown a pretty long hook for their starting pitchers in this series, trusting Mackenzie Gore late in Game 4 being the most recent example. Here, Willie Keeler batting with the tying run aboard. Cy Young will pitch to him. 0-1 count. The pitch. Keeler lines it to first. Pete Rose grabs it, takes it to the bag himself, 3 unassisted, and that's going to end the top of the 8th. We now go to the top of the 9th. The Chad Golden Rumps have proven to be very difficult to put away, and they only need 1 here in this 9th inning against Bill Campbell, who unfortunately has been on the wrong side of many Perfect League World Series highlight. It's going to be the 1, 2, and 3 hitters for the Chad Golden Rumps. If anyone reaches Ross Barnes and then Charleston looming in the 5 slot. 2-2 count to Jackie to start this one off. Fans on their feet looking for the strikeout. Wide and the pitch from Campbell. Line to center field, long run. Flood coming in, he dives, did he get it? He does! Kurt Flood! A diving catch ranging straight in from center field. One of the more difficult plays for a center fielder to make. Full extension. Makes the play. 1 up and 1 down. And a huge shot in the arm for the Twitter Troll faithful and for his closer, Bill Campbell. Now 1 away for Pete Rose. Campbell winds, delivers. Rose fly ball to right, well hit. Heading back is Keeler. Back, back, back. He'll make the grab. 2 outs in this 9th inning. Couple of well-struck balls. But now Campbell 1 out away from putting the finishing touches on the win number 3 in this series. He's got to get through Tim Raines to do it. 1-1 count. Wind. The pitch. Fly ball on the infield. Should be playable. Who's going to grab it? Simmons comes in. calls off Caminiti, makes the grab, and the Twitter Trolls have won the ball game. Fireworks in Twitter Town. We go to the box score. Here we see Twitter with another fine outing from a starting pitcher. Cy Young goes 8 innings strong. Gives up 6 base runners, split evenly between hits and walks. Only 1 earned. That earned run coming by way of the Oscar Charleston long ball. On the other side, Clayton Kershaw was great himself. A complete game, 8-inning performance, but unfortunately for him, gave up 2 runs when his offense was only able to produce 1. Getting the save in 3-up, 3-down fashion was Bill Campbell. Nice to see him in the win column for one of these streams, as he has definitely seen his fair share of struggles. But 3-up, 3-down in a clean save, and just like that, the Twitter Trolls, the underdogs in this series, 24% of our voters thought they would win, and they are now 1 win away. Now, the challenge is they have to go into a stadium that the Chad Golden Rumps won 69.1% of their games at home this year, and they're going to need to find a win in game number 6 or in game number 7. And if they're unable to do so, then the Golden Rumps will come back from 3-2 and grab the crown themselves. I'm guessing that we are in good shape to go pull down the Game 6 sim, but let's find out. What a series here. Can the Twitter Trolls end it? Let's see if we've got Game 6 ready for us. And we do. So Game 6 on the mound for the Golden Rumps at home is Jerry Royce. Now, we have had 0 time to navigate around our Perfect League data. Normally, we've got off days. We've got not 17-inning and 11-inning and 10-inning games, and we can look at stats from the week that was. So I'll just tease it up right now. Right on your screen are the best ERAs observed in Perfect League this week. And if you look at who number 2 is, it's Jerry Royce. 3.27 across Perfect League this week in 1,700 innings pitched, and that is who the Chad Golden Rumps are turning to right now. They are saying we need a stopper. We need someone to go out there and hero ball Game 6 to get us into Game 7. And Jerry Royce is that guy for them. And I don't think that there's a better guy based on these numbers for that Herculean task. And he's going to face a lineup that's going to have 2 lefties and then a cavalcade of right-handed hitting batters. And that starts with Tim Raines here. Game 6, 2035 Perfect League World Series. A potential clincher gets started now. Royce winds, delivers, fly ball center, playable. Shifting over is Charleston. Calls off the left fielder, makes the grab. That's 1 up and 1 down for the Rumps. We now go top 4. This game moving quickly. Neither team with a hit yet. Both teams with an error. But Pete Rose will lead off this 4th inning against Royce. Wind and delivery, and that ball's laced into the left center field gap. Royce will have extras, or Rose will have extras, on his way to second. He gets there, slides in. He's got the leadoff double. He's going to set it up for the middle of his order as they look to strike first in Game 6. Rose heads on over to third base through the at-bat of Ken Caminiti. Not sure how he advanced, but he advanced. And now Harry Heilman bats against Jerry Royce. Infield super shifted and making the play to the plate. 1-2 count. The pitch. Looper center field. Tough play. No man's land. And that ball gets down. Harry Heilman loops it over the drawn-in infield, and it dunks between the infielders and Oscar Charleston. And the Twitter Trolls are on the board first here in Game 6. make it 1-0 as they bat again here in the top of the 5th. This top of the 5th has gotten started with Bobby Grich getting aboard to lead off the inning, and Tim McCarver now batting against Royce. The pitch. Grounder up the middle, could be 2. At short, takes it himself, grabs 1, and gets 2. Double play. A 6-3 double play. Arky Vaughn taking it to the bag himself, throwing on over to first to get the slow-footed McCarver. And the first reason for the Chad Golden Rumps to cheer is here in the top of the 5th on a defensive play. We now go top 7. I know broadcasters aren't supposed to say it, although it seems like people are getting more and more cool with that the further we get. But the Chad Golden Rumps are still being no-hit. There is an active no-hitter in this one. The Rumps have 0 hits through 6 innings. But the Chad Golden Rumps are not batting right now. It is the Twitter Trolls batting. And we've got Grich on second, McCarver on first, Charleston at the plate, 3-0 count. Wainwright on the hill for the Rumps. The pitch. Ball 4. They are loaded for Tim Raines in a huge moment here. It's currently a 1-0 game, but that could be blown wide open if Raines could find a gap here, as Charleston on first would almost be sure to score. 2-2 count. You could hear a pin drop here, and Chad swing and a miss. Strike 3. Adam Wainwright goes to the cutter, gets the swing and the miss, strands the bases loaded, sends us to stretch time with the Twitter Trolls leading 1-0. In the bottom of the 7th, the Rumps will have Rose, Boggs, and Charleston Dew as they try to find not only their first hit, but their first run in this one. A delightful 7th inning stretch from the Chad Golden Rumps organist. Bottom 7, Charleston up, facing the Twitter Trolls, Clayton Kershaw. Now Charleston is vying for MVP honors. He has been the most consistent bat for the Rumps in this series, and boy, do they ever need him here. Rumps now 6 2/3 innings into this one with nary a hit. Can Charleston break that here? Kershaw winds, delivers. Ground ball to third, tough play. Caminiti grabs it on over to first in time. 7 innings strong by the Twitter Trolls. Nary a hit for the Rumps. We head to the 8th with the Twitter Trolls still leading 1-0. Top 8, Caminiti at the plate. 1 away. Wainwright winds and delivers. Tough line drive, diving stop at third. But unable to make a play. That's going to be an infield single for Caminiti. Wander Franco, standing in the traditional position of shortstop, was able to get a glove on it, but it trickled through on the diving effort. An clean infield single for Caminiti. Still top 8, Kurt Flood now batting. Now Flood had that incredible catch here earlier in this series. He will try to make his impact felt with the bat here for the first time against Wainwright. 1-1 count the pitch. Flood lines a base hit down the right field line. It's going all the way to the wall. Caminiti not a face runner, but he's off to the races here. Around second. He goes to third. He's going to try to score. The throw to the plate. Not in time. Caminiti scores from first on the RBI double from Kurt Flood. Make it 2-0 Trolls. A much-needed insurance run here late in game number 6. We go bottom 9, and Kershaw, throwing a no-hitter, is 3 outs away from not only completing the Herculean personal achievement of getting a no-hitter, but doing so in a World Series clinching Game 6. The first batter that he's going to face is Bill Dickey. Let's use our matchup analyzer. We want to see every single one of these because we have never had a no-hitter on the Perfect League broadcast. It's never happened. So let's set this one up. Kershaw versus Dickey. Advantage to the pitcher for sure on this one. Dickey is a -14 bat R versus left-hand pitching. Fans on their feet, and here in Chad, trying to not only break up this no-no, but get their team in the run column and keep this series going. Kershaw looking to punch him out here with 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three, but it gets away from the catcher. McCarver tracks it down, throws on over to first, completes the play, and that's the first out of the 9th inning. Now 2 outs in the 9th. We are 1 strike away from a World Series clinching no-hitter for Clayton Kershaw. The last hope for the Chad Golden Rumps is pinch hitting Jackie Robinson. Let's put him into our matchup analyzer. Jackie Robinson versus left, an excellent bat option. 269, 364, 416 on the triple slash, but he finds himself down 1-2 in the count. The pitch to Robinson. Wind. Throw. Swing and a miss. Strike three, and Kershaw's done it. Clayton Kershaw, World Series champion, no-hitter in Game 6, and the Twitter trolls have won the Perfect League. Fireworks in Chad. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The Trolls finish off what was an unbelievable series with 3 consecutive wins. I'm giving some more fireworks. More fireworks to Kershaw. Look at that box score, guys. We talk about hero ball here and there. We talk about Herculean starting pitching efforts. But what Kershaw did here, which would have been a perfect game if not for the Andrelton Simmons error earlier in the game, goes beyond words. Clayton Kershaw, nary a hit, nary a walk. If Clayton Kershaw is not in your rotation, maybe he should be, because he just won the Perfect League. He just won the Perfect League for the Twitter trolls, taking a team that 75% of you guys out there thought was going to lose, putting them on his back, and throwing a no-hitter in clinching Game 6. Incredible performance by Clayton Kershaw. Incredible performance by the Twitter trolls. Let's see who our MVP is. And it is Pete Rose of the Twitter trolls. I contest this. This MVP award is being given in protest, as I would like to argue that Clayton Kershaw should get it. Tom Budo Man asking if Clayton Kershaw is a special edition card. It is. It's a card that just came out on Thursday as part of the new missions. But unbelievable. The 92-win Twitter trolls take down the 100-win Chad Golden Rumps. I'll be honest, as we were looking at the matchups, the players, the stats, the stadiums, everything said that Chad Golden Rumps was likely favored, and the Twitter trolls said, well, that's why we play the game. That's why we don't play on a spreadsheet, but we play in the engine that is Out of the Park Perfect Team. And they now get to add their name to the long list of Perfect League champions. The list that is posted right here in your Out of the Park Perfect Team. Observatory Park Otters, Year 1. Philly Specials, Year 2. Cartier Cutthroats, Year 3. Norin Rad, Year 4. And Twitter Trolls, Year 5. What a game, what a series. We are just so lucky. I can't believe how good these series have been. So I guess this is our 5th World Series that we've been doing this year, and they have all been insanely good. They have all been insanely good. It's so awesome. All right, so what does next week look like? Next week looks like everyone on your screen coming back to try again. Chad Golden Rumps, they'll be back. Every other team you saw lose today, they'll be back. On the bottom of your screen, those that have been eaten by the relegation Puma, they will not be back. They're headed back to Diamond. The only way that they get back is by winning another Diamond League. Some will do it soon. Some may never do it again. But joining the teams you see on the screen on the left side, in the bracket side, will be 24 new contenders. We've got T-Chuck coming up from DLL and 23 others from different Diamond Leagues around the ladder. And we'll do it all again next week. I had referenced the ladder in my open today. Here's what it looks like for anyone unfamiliar. You've got to work your way up the ladder, and then eventually to get to this very tippy-top honeycomb, you've got to win a Diamond League. That is the only way in. Winning a World Series is the only route to Perfect League, and then once you get there, staying there, probably even more difficult than getting there. But unbelievable series. I thank you all for being part of the broadcast tonight. It was a ton of fun. I'm guessing all of you got all the drops you needed because we went longer than we typically do because we had a million extra innings here tonight. But it's been a pleasure to bring it to you. Can't wait to do next week. And for now, just focus on those teams. If you're not in Perfect, figure out what your next move is. What's the next card that takes you to that next level? What's the next strategy shift? Maybe you're going to play with your stadium settings. Maybe you're going to be more focused on taking a handedness. Maybe you're going to be more of a Babbitt build, a power build. But figure out what it's going to take for you and your team to get to that next level. And then maybe you can be on this broadcast in a future week. But thanks again. This is DRC signing off for the 2035 Perfect League World Series. We will see you in 2036.